Good morning and welcome into the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. My name is Adam Birch and this is the J&J Truck and Auto Body pregame show presented by J&J Truck and Auto Body. For the highest quality work and hassle-free customer service, let J&J take away your stress. That's J&J Truck and Auto Body on East Philadelphia Street in Rapid City. Final doubleheader of the regular season for the Hardhats, and they will take on Sioux Falls Post 15 West here today. Doubleheader action starting about noon Mountain Time and approximately 12:30 for Game 2. The Hardhats fell in one game last night because Game 2 was deemed a no contest because of the rain and lightning and just continued rain and lightning that it got later and later here at the ballpark. So the Hardhats and Sioux Falls East just finished with one game last night. The Hardhats fell to Sioux Falls East, final score 10-5. And really the story of that ball game last night was giving up 5 unearned runs in the first inning and then 3 more on a 3-run home run in the second. It was 8-0 at that point. You take out that first inning and a half, the Hardhats won that baseball game. They outscored Sioux Falls East 5-2 after that, with 1 in the bottom half of the second and 4 in the fourth. East would add 2 in the fifth. But you take out those first 2 innings, and it's a 4-2 ball game in favor of the Hardhats. And really, that was the story of the night for the Hardhats. And really, it was that elusive third out. The pitching staff was able to pick up fairly quick 2 outs defensively, but that elusive third out. It didn't matter if it came with a 2-out walk, a 2-out base hit. Something sparked the offense and gave Sioux Falls East just a little bit of momentum, and that elusive third out just kept on evading the Hardhats and led to a couple of big 2-out rallies for Sioux Falls East. Looking to avoid that here today against Sioux Falls West. So that brings us into today's keys to the game. They are brought to you by Dakota Discount RV. Find the key to building lasting family memories with a new or pre-owned RV from Dakota Discount RV. Take a look at their great selection of RVs at 2 locations. Dakota Discount RV is across from Cabela's and also on JB Road in Blackhawk. Key number 1, limit the big inning, and really that's self-explanatory after last night's explanation, but it's a new day and today, and new arms on the mound looking to put up a better showing. You're also facing a different opponent, so a different all-around game and new day here at the ballpark. Key number 2, record that final out. Don't let 2 outs get you complacent, because in baseball it takes 3 outs to get out of the inning, and that elusive third out was the struggle last night for the Hardhats. And gain all 3, send your team back to the bats, and don't get complacent after gaining 2 outs on the mound. Today's starting lineups are built by Connect Home Center. Whether it's residential or commercial, Connect Home Center has been your hometown lumberyard since 1928. For the visiting Sioux Falls Post 15 West, it's Noah Goodroad who lead things off. He's in center field this afternoon. Ryan Reesevy, the shortstop, bats second. Braden Bynum, the designated hitter, bats third. In the 4th spot and cleanup spot is Trayson Hardy Olson. And he's the right fielder. Isaac Adam bats 5th. He's the first baseman. Jackson DeHaan is the third baseman. He bats 6th. Second baseman Hunter Robinson 7th. Keegan Johnston, the catcher, he will bat 8th. And Jordan Kinzer, the left fielder, bats 9th for Sioux Falls West. And head coach Charlie Dubinowski On their side, the post-22 Hardhats send the designated hitter Zeke Farley to the plate first. He's followed by Amarian Saylor, the left fielder, batting second. Dylan Marsh moved up to the 3 spot. He bats third and plays second base. Harrison Good in the cleanup spot, he plays right field. Alex Dietrich in the 5 spot, he will play first base. Raker Henney at the hot corner of third base, he bats 6th. Jed Jensen, the center fielder, 7th. Philip Bentz will do the catching here for game 1. He bats 8th. Wilson Kiefer, the shortstop, bats 9th for head coach Kelvin Torvey and the post-22 Hardhats. On the mound today, it's Wyatt Anderson for the Hardhats and Dexter Payne for Sioux Falls West. Wyatt Anderson, the senior, of course, honored last night, along with 3 of his other fellow senior teammates. And we'll take a look at Wyatt Anderson's numbers on the mound this season. He will not bat for himself. Zeke Farley, the designated hitter, in place of him here for game 1. On the mound this season, 56 2/3 over 14 appearances and 11 starts. So this is his 15th appearance and 12th start overall. A 4-3 record for Wyatt Anderson. 1 save and 1 opportunity. 40 hits, 31 runs, only 16 earned runs though. 57 strikeouts to 35 walks, 8 hit batters, and a sub-2 ERA at 1.98. Wyatt Anderson was terrific on the mound his last outing. Gave up 1 unearned run against Bemidji over in Minnesota, and that was the result of the game. 1-0. Bemidji took the win and eventually won the pool and eliminated the Hardhats in Minnesota because of that 1-0 victory. Anderson went 6 innings in that win and only allowed 4 hits, struck out 5, and walked 2. Just that 1 unearned run. And really outside of that, Wyatt Anderson was pretty good. So looking for another solid start from a senior arm on the mounds, and his defense behind him looking to back him up against the Sioux Falls West squad. On the other side, Dexter Payne gets the start, and Payne this season 23 innings so far. This is his 4th start, 7th appearance overall. A 2-1 record, 1 blown save, 17 hits, 6 runs, but no earned runs. 37 strikeouts to 14 walks. So because there have been no earned runs allowed, his ERA is 0. Opponents hitting just 193 against Dexter Payne, and a whip percentage of 1.35. Hardhats set to take the field. A sunny day here in Rapid City. And the Hardhats set to warm up before Sioux Falls East comes to the plate. Wind blowing a little bit left to right, a little bit in from the left center field flags above the scoreboard. Hardhats in their all-white uniforms, white tops, white pants. Rapid City across the chest in red. And number below that in the red text. Numbers on their backs as well. Red stripe down the side of their white pant leg. On the other side, Sioux Falls West in navy blue tops with Sioux Falls across the chest in red and white trim. 2 white stripes and a red stripe in the middle on their sleeves. Numbers on their backs in the red and white as well. Gray pants to go along with those navy blue tops. And if they so choose, the high stirrup socks, navy blue with a big red stripe and 2 smaller white stripes outlining that. Wyatt Anderson, the right-hander, will work solely out of the stretch as we get set for baseball here in Rapid City. Once again, the Hardhats scheduled to play 4 games originally this final regular season weekend against these 2 Sioux Falls post-15 teams. And because of Mother Nature, they did not get to finish Game 2 last night. Phil Bentz does the catching for Wyatt Anderson. And one more pitch before Bentz tosses it down to Marsh and Kiefer. Tap the Hardhats around Wyatt Anderson now. And we're set for baseball. Get a nice comfy chair, sit right in, maybe grab some popcorn or a donut on your Saturday and settle in for doubleheader action of baseball here this afternoon. Noah Goodroad to lead things off. He's the center fielder. Our umpires here for Game 1, Yoki Millsligo behind the plate and John Whitcraft in the field. Anderson kicks and deals the first pitch. A strike called at the knees, underway at 12:07 local Mountain Time. A good afternoon to all of those listening wherever you are. The 0-1 down and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Goodroad, the center fielder, he bats from the right side. And this season hitting .267. Now leadoff spot and looks at ball 2 down and away. 2 balls and a strike. 29 hits and 111 at-bats. 25 singles, 4 doubles. And Anderson misses slightly outside, 3 balls and a strike. 10 runs batted in, 20 runs scored. Hitter-friendly count, the 3-1 from Anderson. And it's a blooper down the right field line foul. And the count runs full 3-2. Anderson looks into Bentz for the payoff pitch to the first batter. Here it is, and it's outside, ball 4, not very close. So Goodroad draws the walk to lead off the ball game. Here's Ryan Rissovy. Rissovy bats from the right side and looks at a called strike 1 right at the knees. Runner on first, nobody out, and a 0-1 count on the shortstop. Sioux Falls West, 0-1, down and away. Bentz lost his glove and the ball rolls back into almost the backstop. And up to second goes Goodroad on the wild pitch. Jake Solano caught both games last night, albeit just basically a game and a half. Not quietly full half game played, and that's why that game did not become official. Called strike on the outside edge. A ball and 2 strikes on Ryan Rissovy. Lean back stance on the right side, and he looks at a ball inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rissovy hitting .265 on the season, 30 hits and 113 at-bats. And this one popped up, foul right side out of play. We'll do the 2-2 once again. 28 of his 30 hits singles with 2 doubles. 20 driven in. He's crossed the plate himself 17 times. The 2-2 misses downstairs, and now the count runs full. Back-to-back batters see full counts, 3-2. We saw this a little bit with Sioux Falls East last night. They saw a lot of pitches. The payoff, strike 3, called up or outside edge, and a backwards K is out number 1 in the first. Now Braden Byram. Runner on second, scoreless, top of the first. 1 out. Byram bats from the right side. Anderson a peek at second, kicks and deals, and hits the bottom of the zone at the knees. 0-1. Byram hitting .260 on the season. 20 singles, 4 doubles, 2 triples. 12 batted in. Pickoff move to second. He kind of fakes the throw there. Still an 0-1 count on Byram. 3-bat and designated hitter. High stirrup socks for him. And Anderson misses a little bit outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Set at his right ear and misses a little bit downstairs. 2 balls and maybe even 3 balls and a strike on Byram. Setting the 3-1. Fouled back to the screen. The count runs full. I believe the count is full. The scoreboard says 2-2. Either way, Wyatt set and kicks and deals and misses inside. It hit him on the backside. And down to first goes Byram with a hit by pitch. Left-handed bat now. And clean up bat of Trace and Hardy Olson. Wide open stance on the left side. 2 on, 1 out. Ground ball double play in effect. And the first pitch popped up left side out of play. Lands on the berm area behind the Hardhats dugout. 0-1 on Hardy Olson. Anderson approaching 20 pitches. The 0-1 misses a little bit downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Anderson likes the sign, peek at second. Double takes, kicks and deals, and misses low. Two balls and a strike. Long first inning for Anderson. 2-1, fouled straight back and out of play. Counts even at 2-2. Anderson twirls the baseball behind his back, comes set at his right ear. A peek on second, high leg kick and the 2-2 inside. Another full count, 3-2. Lots of pitches. Payoff pitch. Outside edge called strike 3. Another backwards K in the book. It's out number 2. And now Isaac Adam. The first baseman bats from the right side. 2 on, 2 outs for Post 15 west. First pitch outside, ball 1. Ben said to backhand across his body. The first pitch. Flashes a sign to Anderson. He's set. And the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Scooped behind the plate by Benz. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Signs relayed from the dugout to Benz and Benz to Anderson, the 1-1. As a breaking ball called strike 2 at the top of the zone. Just barely below the letters across the chest. And now a ball and 2 strikes to count. One-two, breaking ball down in a white block by Benz. 2's across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 gone. Anderson trying to get out of the opening inning unscathed. 2-2. High fly ball popped up on the right side. Dylan Marsh calls everyone off. He's underneath of it and makes the grab out number 3. So Sioux Falls West strands a couple of base runners with no hits, no runs, no errors. 2 left on, 1 in scoring position, 1 on first. And after 1/2 inning of play, the Hardhats come to bat. We're scoreless right here on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City.
We are your community. We are your neighbors. Our family of doctors are invested in our community. At Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, we are honored to help you along the journey from injury to recovery. You have a choice with Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, specializing in what moves you.
Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Sales, service, and recreation. Set for the bottom of inning number 1. We're scoreless after 1/2 inning of play. Wyatt Anderson faced 5 to get the first 3 outs of the ball game. And on the Hardhats, the bat, it's Zeke Farley, the designated hitter, followed by Amarian Saylor, the left fielder, and Dylan Marsh, the second baseman. The 3 scheduled against the southpaw, Dexter Payne. First pitch to Farley, misses high, ball 1. Farley last night in game 1 had a couple of hits in his last 2 at-bats, both singles. He went 2 for 4. Payne into the line, the 2-0, and it's called a strike at the top of the zone. 2 balls and a strike. Quickly into the line, he kicks and deals the 2-1. Popped up right over my head, foul and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. 2-2 on the leadoff man for the Hardhats. Here it is. Breaking ball called strike 3, outside edge, and Farley goes down looking to start off the bottom of the first. The Hardhats, when they face left-handed pitching, Taylor looks at ball 2 upstairs. When the starter is left-handed, the Hardhats this season are 4-4. Haven't faced too many. Bouncer left side, past the diving third baseman, past the sliding shortstop into left field. A seeing eye single by Amarian Saylor with 1 out. The first hit of the ball game for either side, and it'll bring up Dylan Marsh. That first run always has been proved the biggest. The Hardhats, when they score first this season, are 22-6. When they fail to score first, they are 13-16. Payne kicks and deals and misses up and away, ball 2. So every single batter that Payne has faced to start this ball game has gone up in the count 2-0. He struck out Farley. Saylor got a good pitch and bounced it through the left side. Now the 2-0 to Marsh, and it's a strike on the outside edge. 2 balls and 1 strike. Payne on the far third base side of the rubber. Comes set at his chest, kicks and deals, and Marsh swings right through the 2-1. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here's the 2-2. Up and away, 3-2. Not close on the 2-2, and now the count runs full. Saylor will presumably be in motion on the payoff. Payne steers him down. Saylor runs on the pitch, and Marsh gets a piece and fouls it back to the screen. We'll do it again, 3-2. Payne likes the sign. Ready in there, payoff to Marsh. Outside, ball 4. Dylan Marsh draws the 1-out walk after the single, and it's 2 on, 1 out for the Hardhats. Similar situation to what Sioux Falls West had in their half of the first. It is a warm afternoon here in Rapid City. Currently 85 degrees, and it feels like 88, and my guess it would feel about 90 on the turf. First pitch now to Harrison, good. High pop-up right side of the infield, foul territory, long run for everyone involved, and it's the left fielder who makes the grab. Saylor tags and moves to third. Drayson Hardy Olsen making the grab, and Good is retired. For out number 2. And now Alex Dietrich. First pitch to Dietrich, a strike at the top of the zone. Marsh slides into second base without a throw of the stolen base. A 1 to Dietrich. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. One misses high, 2 balls and a strike. So it's Amari and Saylor at third base, Dylan Marsh at second. Middle infielders not holding on Marsh very closely. 2-1. Line drive, base hit in right field. Here comes Saylor to the plate. Marsh being sent to the plate as well, and he will score standing up. It's a 2-run single for Alex Dietrich. And it's 2-0 Hardhats here in the bottom of the first. RBIs number 23 and 24 on the season for Alex Dietrich. And with 2 outs, 4 and 5 on the season, as Riker Henning looks at a cold strike 1. Payne at the chest, kicks and deals the 0-1. Outside edge called strike 2. And he quickly down in the count, 0-2. Tap to the plate on the right side for Henny. Payne quickly set, kicks and deals. And the 0-2 outside by a hair. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Payne working very quickly on the mound. Runner takes off for second, a slow bouncer up the third baseline foul. We'll do the 1-2 once again. Dietrich was moving on the pitch. Much of the Hardhats dugout are wearing those bands that you put in the cooler. Throw down to second on the stolen base, and it goes high into center field. Back up on the play by Goodrow, the center fielder. So Dietrich in with a stolen base. The pitch was outside for a ball. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes, and now Henny has a man in scoring position with 2 outs. He has 8 2-out ribbies on the season. 2-2. High, ball 3. Count runs full with Jed Jensen on deck. Henny with 18 runs batted in overall. The payoff pitch, Dexter Payne to Riker Henny, and it misses downstairs, ball 4. So Henny draws the walk. Two on, 2 outs, and it brings up Jed Jensen. The inning continues. 7th man sent to the plate this inning for the Hardhats. And now that elusive 3rd out is benefiting the Hardhats, at least for now. First pitch, a called strike 1. Fastball at the top of the zone, outside edge, 0-1. Payne stares down the runner at second, kicks and deals the 0-1. A little bloop shot high off the net above the Sioux Falls West dugout. And quickly down in the count, 0-2. Payne set, Dietrich an extra half step, the 0-2. High, a ball and 2 strikes. One, 2. Fly ball to right field, hooking foul territory into the bullpen of Sioux Falls West. And Jensen stays alive. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Phil Bentz on deck. So should Jensen be able to reach? Payne ready, the 1-2. Breaking ball goes high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Quickly coming set once again, the 2-2 now to Jensen. Half swing, did he go around? He did. Fastball at the top of the zone trying to protect himself, and they say Jensen went around. Hardhats gained 2 runs on a 2-run single by Alex Dietrich, all with 2 outs. It's 2-0 Hardhats. We head to the second after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Sales, service, and recreation. Set for the top of inning number 2. Wyatt Anderson back to the mound And his first pitch of the second fouled back to the screen by Jackson DeHaan. No balls and a strike. Third baseman DeHaan, followed by the second baseman Hunter Robinson and Keegan Johnston, the catcher. 3 scheduled. The 0-1 breaking ball bouncer left side past the diving Henny into left field. And it's a single to begin the second for Sioux Falls West. Similar spot on the infield as Amarian Saylor's single. Just a little bouncer hit hard enough to get it past the third baseman and the shortstop covering behind. Runner on first, nobody out. First pitch to Robinson, fouled away right side out of play. 0-1. Robinson bats from the right side. Batting .333 on the season. Breaking ball waved at, missed. 0-2. Has only played in 10 games this season. And that .333 mark, 9 hits in 27 at-bats. 8 of which singles and 1 triple. 0-2 outside for ball 1. Runner on first is Jackson DeHaan. Anderson set at his right ear, the 1-2. Breaking ball well up and in. Ducking out of the way was Robinson. DeHaan with no stolen bases on the season, the 2-2. Outside edge, called strike 3. Another backwards K in the book. All 3 strikeouts for Wyatt Anderson have been looking. And it's out number 1 here in the second. 2-0 Hardhats. 1 out, 1 on. Here's the catcher, Keegan Johnston. First pitch swung on and missed, 0-1. Johnston coming into play, batting .234. In 64 at-bats, 15 hits. Another wave and a miss on the 0-1, 0-2. Anderson working more quickly this time, and the 0-2 misses outside a ball and 2 strikes. But Anderson able to get through the first inning facing 5. 1-2, popped up behind the plate, out of play. We'll do the 1-2 once again. And again, that was kind of the Achilles heel for the Hardhats last night. Getting through the first inning. The 1-2. Fly ball to center field. In is Jensen, and he makes the grab, out number 2. Now the 9th spot of Jordan Kinzer. The left fielder will bat from the right side. 1 on, 2 gone. 2-0 Hardhats on 2 hits. Sioux Falls West with their lone hit coming as a leadoff single in this inning. First pitch to Kinzer. Strike called at the knees. 0-1. Anderson twirls the baseball behind his back as he looks in the bends, comes set, and the 0-1. Popped up right over my head, 0-2. Still just a slight breeze blowing left to right. The 2-strike pitch bounces well in front of the pit and plate, and Benz can't find it. Up to second goes DeHaan, and he'll stay put there. Kind of skipped off of Benz's glove and went straight up into the air. Difficult to see, especially with the mask on. The 1-2 from Anderson. Down and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Man in scoring position for Sioux Falls West. A stranded one in scoring position in the first inning. The 2-2. Line drive, base hit into right center field in front of Jed Jensen. Here comes DeHaan to the plate. He will come in and score as the throw is cut off. And West cuts into the Hardhats lead. It's 2-1. RBI single for the 9th spot, Jordan Kinzer. Now the lineup card flips over for the top of the order, Noah Goodroad. And ball 1 misses outside, a breaking ball. Goodroad walked to start off the ball game. 2 hits aside, 2-1 our score. The 1-0 down and away off of Benz. It rolls behind him, and up to second goes Kinzer. So another man in scoring position. This is the tying run. Go ahead run at the plate, the 2-0. Line drive, base hit into center field. Jensen cuts it off. Here comes Kinzer to the plate. He will score standing up. And we are tied at 2. RBI single for the center fielder, Goodroad. Once again, that elusive third out. Tied at 2. And Ryan Arisavi, the shortstop, looks at ball 1 outside. Runner on first, 2 gone. Runner takes off for second. The pitch is high for a ball to throw down to second. Is in time. They got him. Nice throw by Philip Bentz to gun out Noah Goodroad to end the inning. We're tied at 2 as we head to the bottom of inning number 2. You're listening to Post 22 Hardhats Baseball on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City.
Gunderson, Palmer, Nelson, and Ashmore has provided a full range of legal services for over 40 years in Rapid City. As one of the largest and highly respected law firms in western South Dakota and multi-state region, our expert team of diversified attorneys offer a very personalized style of legal representation. Whether it's support and recommendations with legal documents or the strongest proponent in a court of law, trusting who you hire as your advocate is vital in achieving the best results. Contact the experienced professionals today at Gunderson, Palmer, Nelson, and Ashmore Attorneys at Law.
Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth. Sales, Service, and Recreation set for the bottom of inning number 2. A first pitch called strike on Philip Bentz, and he looks at ball 1. That skipped in front of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're tied at 2, entering the bottom of the second. 2 runs in the first for the Hardhats, matched by Sioux Falls West in the top half of this second inning. 1-1 to Benz. Line drive, hooking a left field side, and that ball 1 bounces up over the wall for an automatic double. Benz got a lot of bat on that ball, and it just kept on carrying into the left field corner. And it took 1 bounce off the turf over the wall. A leadoff double. Now Wilson Kiefer. Runner on second, nobody out. Kiefer squares the bunt, pulls back. It's ball 1 low. They will appeal to second, and he did pull back, saying no swing. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Payne kicks and deals. Kiefer pops up a bunt right into the glove of Payne, and back to second. Ben slides in just barely safely. The Hardhats fail to get a bunt down. That's out number 1. Top of the order now in Zeke Farley. And it looks like the second baseman, Hunter Robinson, had to get a new glove or something along the lines. He asked for time and went into the dugout for a moment. First pitch to Zeke Farley, checked his swing and bounces it foul right next to the Sioux Falls West dugout. 0-1. Farley struck out looking his first time against Dexter Payne. The 0-1. Downstairs, just a touch below the knees, 1 ball and 1 strike. Set at the chest, stares down, bends the 1-1, and it misses inside this time. 2 balls and a strike. To 1, chopper right side. The second baseman, Robinson, fields and fires the first in time to get Farley. It acts kind of as a sacrifice with Benz moving to third, but it goes down in the book as a 4-3 ground out. So the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Amari and Saylor at the plate. He bounced one through the gap on the left side of the infield his first time at the plate. First pitch swung on and missed. A little sinking action to drop underneath the bat head of Saylor. 0-1. Misses high with a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. That first pitch might have been a changeup out of the hand of Payne. 1-1 is a strike at the top of the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner at third, the 1-2. Up and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Payne really dictating the pace. As soon as he gets a sign, he's ready to basically throw the pitch. 2-2, misses high, and now the count runs full 3-2. And at times, because you dictate the pace, you can work as quickly as you want. There's no pitch clock at this level. Payoff pitch, fouled straight back and out of play. But at times, you get a little bit ahead of yourself as a pitcher, working very quickly, and can start to get a little bit wild. Our payoff to Amari and Saylor. High fly ball to center field, drifting over to his left. Noah Goodroad underneath of it and makes the grab out number 3. So the Hardhats strand a leadoff double, and we're still tied. We head to inning number 3 after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth. Sales, service, and recreation. Set for inning number 3 here at Black Hills Surgical Hospital Ballpark. Wyatt Anderson back to the hill for the Hardhats, tied at 2, with both teams 3 hits aside. And the 3 spot actually the 2 spot of Ryan Risavi to lead things off. Bouncer right side, Dylan Marsh over to his left, fires to first, and Dietrich gets back to the first base bag in time for out number 1. Little slight miscommunication between Marsh and Dietrich, but once Dietrich knew he didn't have a play and Marsh was over to his left enough to make a play, Dietrich hustled to his first base bag and towed it for the first out. First pitch to Brain Bynum, pop foul out of play. A 1 popped up on the infield, right side foul territory. Alex Dietrich underneath of it makes the grab, out number 2. So a ground ball to the right side and a pop out to the right side. The 2 quick outs here in the 3rd. And now you can't get complacent after 2 quick outs, because it takes 3 outs in baseball. Here's the 4-bat of Trayson Hardy Olson. Looks at ball 1 outside, 1-0. Hardy Olson struck out looking his first time, the 1-0. Bouncer right side. It'll stay fair. Dietrich bobbled a little bit, but he takes it to the first base bag himself. 3 unassisted and a 3-out, 3-down inning for the Hardhats defensively. We're tied at 2 heading to the bottom of the 3rd right here on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service and Recreation. Tied at 2, set for the bottom of inning number 3. Dylan Marsh, Harrison Good, and Alex Dietrich scheduled to hit against Dexter Payne. And Payne already ready to get into his motion. And the first pitch to Dylan Marsh misses high for ball 1. 1-0, downstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. Payne right now, try and pull up his pitch count as he misses inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Entering this inning, he's at 49 pitches. So he's up to 52 and make it 53 as the 3-0 is called a strike on the inside edge. 3-1. Inside ball 4. Dylan Marsh draws his second walk of the ball game. He came in and scored his first time that he drew the base on balls. Brings up Harrison Good. Good bats from the right side. Marsh on first, nobody outside at 2. First pitch to Good, popped up right side, out of play. 0-1. Good currently hitting .311 on the season. Payne kicks and deals. Marsh takes off for second. The pitch is swung on and missed. The ball at the top of the zone. It popped out of the glove of the catcher. And it was no foul ball. And now Dubanowski out of the dugout to have a word with Mr. Millslegel. See if it's a foul ball. And now Millslegel and Whitcraft will converge. Either Harrison got a piece of it or it just popped out of the glove of the catcher and Marsh has a stolen base. So I didn't see, or I didn't audibly hear it tick the bat. They say no foul ball, just strike two, and Marsh to second with a stolen base. The 0-2 from Payne. Bouncer left side, past the diving third baseman, backhanded by the shortstop Recevi. Safe at first, and Marsh slides into third. It's runners on the corners with nobody out. Be an infield single for Harrison Good. And it brings up Alex Dietrich. Sioux Falls West fans obviously upset with that call. Runners on the corners now, nobody out. Pickoff move to first. Harrison Good just slides right into second without a play. Just a straight steal of second, and now two men in scoring position for Dietrich once again. He hit a two-run single his first time at the plate to give the Hardhats the lead. The first pitch to Dietrich way upstairs for ball one. Two on, in scoring position, nobody out. Payne kicks and deals the 1-0. Popped up, sky high on the infield. The shortstop, Recevi, underneath of it, and he makes the grab, out number one. And now Riker Henny has the opportunity. He walked his first opportunity, was stranded at first. Two in scoring position, one out. First pitch misses down and in, blocked by the catcher, Johnston. 1 ball, no strikes. Marsh has decent speed at third, just in case of a wild pitch. The 1-0, swung on and missed. Fastball at the top part of the zone, 1 ball, 1 strike. Riker hitting 4 ticks under 300 at 296. Fouls the 1-1 way. A ball and 2 strikes now. Payne sent once again in the 1-2. Up and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Henny and then, barring an untraditional double play, it's Jed Jensen next. The 2-2 high, 3-2. Count runs full. And here's the payoff. Popped up right side, out of play. Payne ready once again. Another payoff pitch to Henny. And it's a line drive to right center field. That'll split the outfielders and take a roll. 1 run comes in to score. Here comes another right behind him. Marsh and Good both score. It's a 2-run single for Riker Henny. And the Hardhats right back out in front. It's 4-2. Brings up Jed Jensen. First pitch misses a little bit downstairs for ball 1. Payne just threw his 67th pitch of his afternoon. The 1-0 low. 2 balls and no strikes. Henny off of first with 1 gone. 4-2 our score, and the Hardhats out hitting West 5-3. Jensen looks at a called strike right above the knees, 2 balls and 1 strike. Jensen struck out swinging his first time at the plate, kind of on a check swing, protect me swing. This one a line drive, base hit into right field. Henny will hold up at second base. Back-to-back singles for the Hardhats. Have 2 on with 1 out. And it'll bring up Philip Bentz. Bentz took the first pitch to deep left field. It 1 bounced over the wall for an automatic double. His first at-bat, he was stranded at third base. 2 on, 1 out. First pitch to Bentz, misses downstairs, ball 1. Payne ready, the 1-0. Bouncer left side, through the gap, off the sliding shortstop. Here comes Dietrich to the plate. And up to third goes Jensen. Up to second goes Bentz, and he's safe. Everyone's safe. It's 5-2. So Henny comes in and scores. Jensen goes first to third on one that just trickled off the shortstop Risavi's glove and into shallow left field. The throw came in to third. Then Bentz tried for second. He slid in safely there. And it's 2 on in scoring position with 1 out still. And a 5-2 lead for the Hardhats. Wilson Kiefer coming to the plate. Give a base knock and an RBI to Philip Bentz. He's 2 for 2 today. Kiefer popped up a bunt, his first at bat. Will most likely not be bunting in this situation, but I wouldn't put it past him. First pitch to Kiefer, a strike on at the knees, outside edge, 0-1. Payne into the windy, kicks and deals the 0-1. Downstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. Hardhats was 7 hits to Sioux Falls West 3. The 1-1 downstairs off the plate, blocked by the catcher Johnston. 2 balls and a strike. Top of the order on deck, the 2-1 to Kiefer downstairs, 3 balls and a strike. First base is open. Farley would be next. Here's the 3-1 from Payne, and it's a line drive, base hit in the left field. Here comes Jensen to the plate. He will score. Bentz to third, and now the ball gets away. Kiefer dives into second, and it's 6-2 Hardhats. 4 straight singles by the Hardhats. Now the top of the order, Zeke Farley. Farley looks at ball 1 upstairs. Farley's 0 for 2. Would love to join the hit barrage. And a line drive, base it in right field. Right as I say that, here comes Kiefer to the plate. The throw comes in. It's up the third base line, and Farley ends up at second base. It's a 2-run single for Zeke Farley. Make it 8-2 Hardhats. And he goes to second on the throw. And make it 5 straight singles against Dexter Payne. Ninth man sent to the plate this inning. Still just the one out. It's Amarian Saylor. And he looks at a called strike one. Line drive right into the leaping glove of the second baseman, Robinson. And that's out number 2. Farley back to second. So loud contact for Amarian Saylor, but he's robbed of a hit. And now Dylan Marsh, who led off this inning with a walk. Looks at ball 1. So the Hardhats officially bat around in this third inning. And Marsh fouls one right back to the screen. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. And Payne now at 83 pitches. There is a reliever warming in the West bullpen. The 1-1 misses high, 2 balls and a strike. Setting the 2-1, off to third goes Farley. The throw down goes high and skips behind him. Here comes Farley to the plate. There will be no throw. Farley dives in either way. It's 9-2 Hardhats. Give him a stolen base and an E2 to allow the run to score. Empty base paths now with 2 outs. Here's a 3-1 to Marsh, and it misses high. Just as I say, empty base paths, the Hardhats get 1 more. It's the 3rd walk of the ball game for Dylan Marsh. Marsh takes off on the first pitch. It's swung on and missed by Harrison Good. The throw down to second, not in time. Marsh in with his 3rd stolen base of the day. Marsh a little bit slow to get up, but he looks to be all right. And Good looks at ball 1 up and away. So it looks like they will exhaust Dexter Payne as long as he can go. The 1-1 misses high, 2 balls and a strike. A 9-2 Hardhat advantage. With 2 outs here in the 3rd. Marsh takes off for 3rd. Ground ball, base hit through the gap in left field. And Marsh runs into the 3rd baseman. He will score anyway. It's an RBI single for Harrison Good. He's 2 for 3 today. Marsh and DeHaan collided. DeHaan in foul territory as Marsh was rounding the 3rd base bag. And now it looks like Charlie Dubanowski will make a pitching change. And he will take the baseball from Payne. We'll take a step aside and see who the reliever is and come right back. We're still in inning number 3. 10-2 the Hardhats advantage with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Back in a moment on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. We're still in inning number 3. First pitch to Alex Dietrich from Jacob Monger is downstairs for ball 1. Monger in relief of Dexter Payne, responsible for the runner on first. There is 2 men out, and Dietrich looks at a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count on Dietrich. The 1-1 is a line drive to center field, bounces in front of the center fielder for a base hit. Alex Dietrich is 2 for 3. His second single of the ball game. And it brings up Riker Henny. Monger on the mound this season, 12 2/3. This is his 6th appearance. A 1-0 record. 5 hits, 3 runs, all earns. 20 strikeouts to just 1 walk. So this man throws a lot of strikes. A 1.66 ERA for Monger. A 1 is a little bit upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike on Henny. Henny is 1 for 1, a single and a walk, along with a run scored. The 1-1. Line drive, a base hit in right center field. Up to third goes Dietrich. He's being sent around, or good rather, he's sent around. And Dietrich comes in as well as the throw comes in to second. It's a 2-run double for Riker Henny. And the Hardhats tack on 2 more. It's 12-2 now. Number 18, Jed Jensen. Now Jed Jensen. First pitch, a breaking ball called strike 1. So good scored from second. Dietrich all the way from first. A 1 is a fastball down the pipe called strike 2. Henny at second, 2 gone. 12-2 the advantage for the Hardhats. 0-2 bounces in front of the plate, back to the backstop, up to third goes Henny on the wild pitch. 10 runs in this inning for the Hardhats. It was tied 2-2 heading into this bottom of the third. Now it's 12-2. 1-2. Fouled straight back to the screen. And we'll do the 1-2 once again. Monger set, a deep breath, high leg kick, and that one right over my head and out of play. Once again, a ball and 2 strikes on Jensen. 1-2, chopper up the third base line, foul. Hit off the plate, we're off of Jensen. Hardhats now in second place via the strength points. A line drive, a base hit into right field. Here comes Henny to score, and it's 13-2 now. RBI single for Jed Jensen. He's 2 for 3. And boy, the player of the game in this game will be difficult to give out. Everyone is hitting. Every single Hardhat, except for one, has at least 1 hit, and that's Dylan Marsh. He has 3 walks and 3 runs scored, and 3 stolen bases. First pitch on Phil Bentz is a called strike 1, 0-1. A 1, breaking ball downstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 from Monger, down and away, breaking ball that time. 2 balls and a strike. Wind blowing a little bit in from left center currently. A 2-1. Inside and down. 3 balls and a strike on Benz. He's a pretty good candidate for the Claiborne Lowson Sabres player of the game. He's 2 for 2. And he remains 2 for 2 with a walk. The inning continues. Wilson Kiefer to bat now. Kiefer, an RBI single his last trip. And the first pitch fouled away right side, out of play. 0-1. This is the 16th man to come to the plate this inning. 0-1. High pop-up right field side. It drifts out of play and into the bullpen. 0-2 on Kiefer. 11 runs across in this inning. The Hardhats bats have woken up. 0-2, bouncer left side to third. He'll take it to the third base bag himself. That's DeHaan, 5 unassisted. Finally out number 3. But 11 runs come across from the Hardhats. It's 13-2. Anderson back to the mound as we head to the 4th. Back in a moment, right here on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, sales, service, and recreation. Big margin on our hands now. It's 13-2 in favor of Rapid City. That score on our State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. 11 runs in the 3rd inning for the Hardhats. The bats just continued to roll. First pitch called strike 1 on the inside edge from Wyatt Anderson on Isaac Adam. They say when it rains, it pours, and momentum is a scary thing in sports. Well, momentum is a scary thing in the sport of baseball. Anderson missed inside the 1-1, called strike 2 outside edge, a ball and 2 strikes now on Adam. He popped out to Marsh at second his first time at the plate. Every single Hardhat except for one has at least 1 hit in this ball game. They have 13 hits and 13 runs to show for those. And that one Hardhat that does not have a hit just yet only has 3 walks, 3 stolen bases, and 3 runs scored. That's Dylan Marsh. 1-2. Down and in, laid off by Isaac Adam. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Anderson set the 2-2, high in sight. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Anderson, a long layoff after a long inning offensively. The payoff pitch. High fly ball to center field. Back is Jensen, still going back. It's playable for him and backtracking, and he makes a grab for out number 1. It was a 3-up, 3-down third for Anderson on the mound. A ground out to second, a pop out to first, and a 3 unassisted ground out to first. 1 out, nobody on for Jackson DeHaan. And DeHaan looks at a called strike 1. 0-1. Anderson set the 0-1, swung on and missed, 0-2. DeHaan singled and scored in the second inning. The 0-2, way in front of the plate, blocked by Bentz. 1 ball and 2 strikes. High stirrup socks for DeHaan as well as the on-deck man, Hunter Robinson. The 1-2, line drive, base hit into center field, right back up the middle. And DeHaan is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Now Hunter Robinson. He struck out looking his first time against Anderson. Runner on first, 1 gone, infield in double play depth. First pitch swung on and missed, 0-1. Foul back to the screen, now 0-2. Anderson approaching 70 pitches. This will be his 70th. And it misses downstairs, blocked by Benz. 0-2 becomes a ball and 2 strikes. Anderson ready once again, the 1-2. As a line drive foul off the screen. So the count remains 1-2. Ben sits up a little bit outside the 1-2, line drive over the leaping shortstop Wilson Kiefer into left center field. And it's back-to-back singles against Anderson. Robinson is 1 for 2. And brings up Keegan Johnston. (13-2), the advantage for the Hardhats. There's 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Keegan Johnston, flight to center in his first opportunity. Anderson sent, first pitch to Johnston, swung on and missed, 0-1. Ready once again in the 0-1. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Johnston and then Jordan Kinzer. Barring a double play ball, the 0-2. Downstairs, blocked by Benz. Sounded like it hit somewhere unpadded beyond the arm. Either way, Benz kept it in front of him. The 1-2. Down and away, blocked by Benz. The runner will try for a third to throw down, is not in time. DeHaan slides in there safely. The wild pitch. Runners on the corners. Robinson did not move. 2-2 the count on Johnston. Here it is, and it's fouled away, backing out of play. We'll do it again, 2-2. Another 2-2. Bouncer left side, past the diving keeper into left field. An RBI single for Keegan Johnston. And it's 13-3. Now Jordan Kinzer. RBI single and a run scored his first trip to the plate. That came in the second inning. First pitch to Kinzer, misses down and away, ball one. One 0 misses high. 2 balls, no strikes. Anderson ready in the 2-2. Fly ball right field. Harrison good over to his left. He's underneath it, makes the grab. The throw comes in to third and cut off. Out number 2 is Kinzer. Top of the order now in Noah Goodroad. Runners on first and second, 2 gone, 1 home in this inning. So far it's 13-3. First pitch to Goodroad, a called strike on the outer edge, 0-1. Goodroad is 1 for 1, an RBI single his last trip. Walked to start off the ball game, the 0-1. Downstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. Temperatures staying just under 90 degrees. Right around 88. Goodroad fouls away the 1-1, back to the screen, 1-2. Anderson set in the 1-2. Chopper up the third baseline, foul. Anderson's pitch count is climbing. And he misses inside on the 1-2. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was his 86th pitch. And this one popped up right side out of play. We'll do another one. This is the 7th pitch of the at-bat, and the 2-2 goes back to the backstop. Up to second and third go the runners. And now the payoff upcoming to Goodroad. The 8th pitch of the at-bat, the payoff pitch. Chopper to third, Henny on a hop. Gathers, fires the first in time, out number 3. So Post 15 gets 1. They trail by 10. It's 13-3. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Back after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Sales, service, and recreation. We're set for the bottom of the fourth. The Hardhats have a big advantage on the scoreboard. It's 13-3, thanks to 11 runs in the third inning. After this game was tied at 2 heading into that bottom of the third, 11 runs in the bottom of the third, one in the top half of this fourth inning for Sioux Falls West. The Hardhats sent 16 men to the plate in their third inning. First pitch to Zeke Farley popped foul out of play. Oh, 1. Down and away, back to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike. So top of the order to start the fourth inning. Farley is 1 for 3. A 2-run single his last time at the plate. Ended up at second base because of the throw. The 1-1, pop foul right side out of play. And now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Farley, Sailor, and Marsh. The 1-2. Chopped foul, just barely got a piece of the breaking ball. And he'll see another 1-2 from Jacob Munger. Into the line, the 1-2. Fouled away. The runs column match the hits column for the Hardhats. And another foul ball, a fastball up in the zone. Do it again, 1-2. Farley making Munger throw a bunch of pitches to start the fourth. The 1-2. Breaking ball off of Munger on the mound. He regathers, fires the first to throw out Farley. And Munger looks to be all right. Looked like it hit off the backside, and Munger gives a thumbs up to our home plate umpire. He's all right. Scary play whenever comebackers come as a pitcher. But Munger able to use his body to basically knock it down, and then the recovery pretty easily. Marion Sailor fouls one down the left field line, foul. Nothing in 1. Sailor 1 for 3. A single in his first at bat, he scored a run. The 0-1 high. 1 ball and 1 strike. One out, nobody on. The 1-1 high. 2 balls and a strike. Dylan Marsh on deck. He still does not have an official at bat. 3 walks and 3 runs scored, and Sailor looks at ball 3 high and tight. Munger with just 1 walk on the season. And he makes it his 3rd after walking 1 in the 3rd. Missed way outside. Was not close. So Sailor aboard with the walk. He remains 1 for 3. And now the walks man himself, Dylan Marsh. First pitch popped up, right side, foul territory. Long run for Isaac Adam, but it lands in the bullpen area. And it's just strike 1 on Marsh. Munger toes the rubber in the stretch once again. Setting the 0-1, downstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Sailor stays put, and Marsh looks at ball 2. He shimmies out of the way of that one. And now Munger wants a new baseball. 2 balls and a strike on Marsh. 2-1, fouled back to the screen, now 2-2. Oh yeah, I don't think Marsh had seen that many 2-strike pitches. He walked on 4 pitches at least once today. 2-2, breaking ball down in the lane, now the count runs full, 3-2. Sailor still on first with 1 gone. Hardhats leading 13-3. Payoff pitch. Bouncer left side, foul. Sailor not in motion with the 10-run lead. We'll do another payoff. Monger set and ready. Their payoff, high and tight. Marsh ducks out of the way of it, make it his 4th walk drawn of the ball game, and it's back-to-back walks issued by Monger. And our home plate umpire needs some new baseballs. Harrison Good to bat. Harrison today 2 for 3 rather. 2 singles, including a run batted in. Stolen base, 2 runs scored. His 2 singles in each of his last 2 at-bats. First pitch, runs inside and hits him. It looks to be all right. It looked like it hit right around the elbow area, but Harrison, a tough customer, looks to be all right. And now Coach Dubanowski jogging out to the mound and brings the entire West infield around him. Gives Monger a tap on the back. No pitching change just yet. It'll be bases loaded with 1 out. And actually, I didn't mark Farley out. Was questioning how there is an out on the scoreboard, and I just didn't mark it down in my book. Bouncer left side and past the diving shortstop into left field. A run comes in to score. It's an RBI single for Alex Dietrich. And he's 3 for 4 today. And that his 3rd RBI. Brings up Riker Henny. Base is still full, everyone moving station to station. And a first pitch called strike 1 on Henny. Henny is 2 for 2. Fouls in the 0-1, backing out of play, 0-2. Oh, 2. Strike 3 called. Henny goes down looking. So that's out number 2. It brings up Jed Jensen. We will have a second game after this one. It's seems like a long first game, but we're just past the hour-and-a-half mark. Jensen ducks out of the way of the 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Base is still full, 2 gone. And the Hardhats leading 14-3. Monger winds, kicks, deals the 2-0 high and tight. 3 balls, no strikes, nowhere to put him. Bent's on deck. .30. He's taken for a strike at the top of the zone. 3 balls and a strike, and Jensen goes after the 3-1. Swings right through it, 3-2 now. Payoff pitch, runners in motion, and it's popped up foul territory. There are 2 men out, and in foul territory it lands. Jensen stays alive. Reliever Warm coming back from the bullpen. And Jensen pops it up sky high, foul territory, right side, long run for everyone. And it's the first baseman, Isaac Adam, to make the grab out number 3. The Hardhats gain 1. They lead by 11. It's 14-3. We head to the 5th. After this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Sales, service, and recreation. New arm coming to the mound for the Hardhats. It's Wilson Kiefer to start inning number 5. The Hardhats with an 11-run advantage. 14-3 our score. So shifting around defensively for the Hardhats. Kiefer comes from short to the mound. First pitch to Ryan Rissavy. Fouled straight back and out of play, 0-1. Marsh from second to short. 0-1, misses downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Amari and Saylor from left field to second base. And Zeke Farley from the designated hitter spot to left field. 1-1, misses high. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1, strike down the middle. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rissavy. He's 0 for 2 today. And he pops it foul and out of play. 2-2. All 3 misses inside. Count runs full, 3-2. Kiefer into the line, the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. Top of the zone, and Rissavy goes down looking for the second time today. It's strikeout number 1 for Wilson Kiefer. So Wyatt Anderson's day is done on the mound. Not a bad showing. 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, only 2 earned, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. First pitch to Braden Bynum. Popped up on the infield. Wilson Kiefer calling everyone off himself. Makes the grab out number 2. And now pinch hitter. It'll be Nick Pellicott. Pellicott to bat, 2 outs, nobody on. Kiefer's 0-1, line foul, left side. Pellicott down in the count, 0-2. Kiefer into his motion and the 0-2. Breaking ball, a little bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 Downstairs blocked in front of the plate. Two balls and 2 strikes, Kiefer to Pelka. The 2-2. High fly ball to center field, playable for Jed Jensen. He's underneath of it, puts a squeeze on it, and that's out number 3, and that'll be the ball game for game number 1. Hardhats victorious, the run rule victory 14-3 in game 1. And we'll take a quick step aside, come back for our post-game show before we get set for game number 2 of the doubleheader with Sioux Falls Post 15 West. Back in a moment right here on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome into the Pioneer Bank and Trust post-game show. Pioneer Bank and Trust is proud to support local sports, and they want to be your trusted partner for all your banking needs. Pioneer Bank and Trust is local. Visit pioneerbankandtrust.com. Hardhats victorious in game 1, 14-3 the victory for the Hardhats as they improve to 35-23 on the season. Sioux Falls West falls to 17-22-1 on their season. So an in-state victory for the Hardhats before they set their sights on game 2 and the final game of the regular season coming up in about 30 minutes time. Originally scheduled for 2:30. My guess it will start about right on time here today. Let's dive into the scoring recap for the Hardhats before awarding today's Claiborne Lowson Sabres Player of the Game. And it was the Hardhats who jumped out in front in the bottom of the first inning right off the bat. A 2-run single for Alex Dietrich, scoring Amarian Saylor and Dylan Marsh. And the Hardhats jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Sioux Falls West would counter immediately in the top half of the second with 2 of their own. That was gained on an RBI single by Jordan Kinzer and an RBI single by Noah Goodroad. And we are tied heading to the bottom of the second. And we are tied heading to the bottom of the third after nothing across for the Hardhats in the second and nothing across for Sioux Falls West in the top of the third. That's when the big inning came for the Hardhats. 11 runs in the third inning, and just about everyone had a hit in that third inning. They sent 16 men to the plate in that third inning, and it'll be making my life a little bit more difficult to award the Claiborne Lowson Sabres Play of the Game. But that in the third inning, really the story of this game. 11 runs coming across. Sioux Falls West would add 1 in the top half of the fourth after it was 13-2 at that point, making it 13-3. The Hardhats added 1 in the bottom of the fourth, making it 14-3, and that's where this ball game finished. 14-3, the final score in favor of the Rapid City Post 22 Hardhats. 3 runs, 6 hits, and an error for Sioux Falls West. 14 runs, 14 hits, and no errors for the Hardhats in this one. That's a look at the line score, and now let's award today's Claiborne Lowson Sabres Player of the Game. Whether it's divorce, injury, or a business dispute, when you need someone to step up for you, the law office at Claiborne Lowson Sabres is always ready Just Google Claiborne Los and Sabres in Rapid City. And taking a look at all the hits in that third inning, we'll award the Claiborne Los and Sabres player of the game to Alex Dietrich. He broke out of a little bit of a slump at the plate. Dietrich in the starting 9 at first base for game 1. And he had a 2-run single in the first. That got the Hardhats offense started. He singled and scored in the third, and single with an RBI in the fourth as well. So he went 3 for 4 in the ball game, and he is today's Claiborne Los and Sabres player of the game for game 1. Fans, stick around. We'll start a new stream on YouTube and Hardhats TV and be right back on Fox Sports Rapid City as well for Game 2. Until then, my name is Adam Birch. Make sure to stick around for Game 2 later on this afternoon.
NFL players, I want to say, it's a herd.